Lena Horne is best known for her signature song, Stormy Weather.
Stormy weather.
Audiences who saw the singer and actress perform would call her voice electrifying. Horne captured Hollywood's attention in 1942, noticed for her striking beauty. She was a light-skinned African-American who, in her words, white people could accept, and became the first black woman to sign a meaningful long-term contract with a major film studio, shattering racial barriers with her starring role as the flashy seductress in the all-black film Cabin in the Sky. With that role, she elevated the image of the African-American woman in Hollywood from supporting to starring roles. But articles in the media often upset her, describing her as a chocolate chanteuse. Horne also became frustrated by her limited movie roles and confronted studio officials. Her stance cost her future jobs. Renowned jazz keyboardist and producer Marcus Johnson is just one of the many artists a generation later still influenced by Horne's work. Johnson says his own meteoric success in the recording industry wouldn't be possible if Horne hadn't already challenged the racial stereotypes of black performers in America's entertainment industry.
You have to kind of sit back and say, well, if she made it through, so can I. And it gives you a sense of self and, you know, the fact that you too can go out there and do something that's socially redemptive in the community.
Johnson says he's especially inspired by Horne's crusade for civil rights, like when in 1963 she joined 250,000 others at the March on Washington with Dr. Martin Luther King. Horne embraced activism, drawing the attention of Senator McCarthy in his accusations of communism.
For protecting communist infiltration.
Her name made it on a McCarthy blacklist as one of the most visible celebrities of America's civil rights movement. Horne returned to the stage in the 1980s doing a one-woman Broadway show, earning her a Tony Award and 2 Grammys. She continued to make occasional TV and movie appearances well into her 80s. She died in New York at the age of 92. Kimberly Halkett, Al Jazeera.
Well, I'm joined now from Culver City in California by James Gavin, the author of the biography Stormy Weather, The Life of Lena Horne. Thanks for being with us. We heard there just, I guess, some of the headlines of Lena Horne and what she did and what she achieved during her life, and that's probably what most people of the current generations would know is the headlines. Give us a little bit more detail. Fill out a little bit of the life that you discovered when you wrote that biography.
I discovered the life of a woman who had to carry a very heavy mantle of social responsibility all throughout a show business career. She had much more to worry about all the way than just doing a good job. She had to worry about carrying the standard for an entire race throughout very racist eras in American history.
Did she feel that she actually had achieved as much as she could have done? Was she happy with the role that she'd played in the entertainment industry?
I'm sorry to tell you that when I interviewed Lena Horne in 1994 for the New York Times, what I felt from her more than anything else was a sense of disappointment, regret, and guilt, and very little pride in this sensational and inspiring life that she had led. The pressure had just been too intense for Lena to enjoy much of it.
Did she think, though, at this late stage that something had been achieved, even though she didn't think that perhaps she had done enough to achieve it?
Well, she had a sense of professional pride and she had a performer's ego, but I think mainly she felt that it had never been good enough. She had grown up, you see, with a mother who had always told her that she was never good enough, and it's very hard to shake that kind of an impression that when it occurs at such tender, youthful years, sadly.
The American entertainment industry likes to honor its heroes. Can we expect some kind of retrospective?
On Lena? Well, happily, I wrote a book about her called Stormy Weather, The Life of Lena Horne that has just come out in paperback from Simon & Schuster. Lena won Grammy Awards, she won Tony Awards, she won a Kennedy Center honor, she was showered with praise. I think that the tributes are coming now with this huge and sweeping wave of interest in Lena and all these articles and obituaries and segments like the one that you're doing. I think that that is the proof of the importance of this woman's life.
James Gavin in Culver City, thank you.
My pleasure.